Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last couple of videos I've done all the letters, the whole alphabet. So we've started our numbers and I've gotten 1, 2, 3, and 4 done. So this video here is going to be 5 and 6. I'm just going to do red and white. They're both 4 weights. And I'm going to use my 6.5 millimeter because that's what I've been using all along. So I'm just going to kind of stick with it. My my base color is going to be red. And my color B is going to be white. And that's going to be what the number color is going to be. So from here on, I'll be referring to my letter color as color B. And this is just the base, which I'm just going to say single crochets for. I'm not going to say a letter. So you need to start with a slip knot. You're going to chain 12 and you're going to crochet 11. That's my 12. So I'm going to do 11 single crochets because you have 11 working chains. The 12th one was still on your hook, so we don't count that. That's my 11, so I'm just going to pull my slip knot. Closed. So we are going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. I want you to do 2 single crochets and then we're going to add our white. So just make sure you're pulling this back and getting in the very first stitch. So on your second stitch, you're going to do the color change. So you're going to pull up a loop. We're going to take our white, our color B, and you can finish the stitch with your new color. So I want you to just kind of pull down on everything because we weave in everything so that you can read these letters from front to back, even though they'll be backwards. But if you're doing like a birthday sign, you don't want the back to have a bunch of stragglers and it look crappy. You want the back, let me show you, you want the back to look the same as the front, even though you can't read it. So we weave everything in. So you're going to weave your 2 ends, your white and your red, get weaved in. You're going to do 6 single crochets with your color, with your white color. Let me make sure I'm weaving in the right stuff. And this is my 6th stitch. So I'm going to pull up the white, I'm going to let it drop, and I'm going to finish the stitch with my red. So now I have to weave in my white. I've got 2 whites. I've got my tail from when I added it, and then I've got what I just used. You should have 3 stitches to the end, so you're just going to put 1 in each of those 3 stitches with your base color. Making sure to weave in the white even at the end here. So you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn. This straggler you don't have to turn with because we're just cut him off. The one you're crocheting with you're going to have to turn with. So we're just going to tuck it in right behind over here. you're going to do 2 single crochets with your base color. Make sure you're weaving in the white. So that's 2 single crochets. So you're going to finish your second stitch with your color B. Color B, you're going to do 4 single crochets. With your on your fourth stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A, which is your base. You're going to do 1 single crochet with your color A. So you're basically pulling up a loop and switching colors again. Making sure you're pulling down on everything. You're going to do 3 single crochets with your color B. So on your third stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A. Color A, you're going to do 1 single crochet. Chain 1. So this straggler here that we had from our color change originally, I'm just going to snip off. Round 4, so turn your work. Round 4, you're going to do 1 single crochet. So pull up a loop and finish it with your color B. With color B, you're going to do 2 single crochets. Sorry, I'm not even on camera. I'm leaning forward a lot today. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. With your color A, you're going to do 4 single crochets. Sorry, my camera shut off. I'm still doing my 4 single crochets. So you finish your fourth stitch with your color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. You're going to finish the third stitch with your color A, and then you're going to do 1 single crochet for your color A. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 5 is going to be 1 single crochet. I almost finished it with the red. Finish that 1 single crochet with your color B. You're going to do 3 single crochets with your color B. So you're going to finish that third stitch with your color A. Color A, you're going to do 7 single crochets. And that takes you right to the end where you're going to chain 1. If you find you're getting all crisscrossed here, all you have to do is twist. Turn it a couple of times and you'll be untwisted. So chain 1, turn your work. Round 6 is going to be 8 single crochets. Make sure you're weaving in the white. This is my 8th stitch. I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to finish my 8th stitch with my color B. With my color B, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. So on the second stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A, and then I'm going to do 1 single crochet with my color A. Chain 1, turn my work. Round 7. you're going to do 1 single crochet. So I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to finish it with my color B. Color B, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. So I'm just following along here what I've already done. Sorry, I'm leaning forward too much again. With my color A, I'm going to do 8 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Sorry, I keep leaning for some reason. I must be just tired today. Round 8 is going to be 7 single crochets. So that's my 7. I'm going to finish my 7 with my color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. I'm going to finish that with my color A, and I'm going to do my 1 single crochet. So it should be 11 stitches because that's how we started. It should be 11 stitches in every single row. Row 9. 1 single crochet. So I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to finish that stitch with my color B. Color B is going to be 4 single crochets. So on my 4th stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. I'm going to pull down. Color A is going to be 6 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Doesn't much look like a number 5 yet. Round 10, you're going to do 3 single crochets. So on the 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 6 single crochets. So on your 6th stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A. Color A is going to be 2 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 11. These all go to round 16, by the way. Round 11 is going to be 5 single crochets. So on your 5th stitch, you're going to finish it with your next color. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So you're going to pull up a loop and finish that with your color A, and that's going to be 4 single crochets. Chain 1, untwist for a minute. This takes 2 seconds. Round 12 is going to be 4 single crochets. So I'm leaning again. Holy cow. 4 single crochets. Sorry if you can hear my stomach growling. You're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. That's 3. So on your third stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 13 is going to be 1 single crochet. So I'm going to finish that with my color B. Color B is going to be 5 single crochets. So on my 5th stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. Color A is going to be 5 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. So the next 3 rounds are just going to be with your base color, but I am going to weave in my white for this first row. So do 11 single crochets weaving in your white, because that way we can just cut it off at the end. So that's it. You can fasten off, so just enough to weave with. And then these just get tucked in very nicely, as nice as polite as you can do it. I usually just scooch across in and out through my top stitches, because if you're going to use this top for weaving, or use this top to make a bunting, then it doesn't really matter. But I do it so nicely it cannot be seen. And then you can just snip her off. So that's your letter number. Oh my gosh, I need to go have a nap, I think. That's your number 5. All of your letters and numbers and everything have to get blocked. I'll put the meaning on the screen. So that's your number 5. Let's move on to number 6. Alright, number 6. Number 6. We're gonna to change my battery, then I had to readjust my camera because I keep leaning for some reason. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to chain 12 and do 11 single crochets. And this is my number 11. Chain 1, turn your work. Number 2, round 2 is just going to be 11 single crochets. Well, so far this is easy peasy. Chain 1, turn your work. Alright, let's see what number 3 is going to bring us. Round 3. We're going to do 5 single crochets and then we're going to incorporate our color B. So this is my 5th stitch. I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to finish it with my color B. Oh, I'm still on camera. Look at that. So, pull down on everything. Everything's nice and tight. With your new color, weaving in everything, you're going to do 4 single crochets. On your 4th stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. So now you've got 2 little stragglers. Well, you got your white lead and your white straggler you got to weave in. Then you're going to do your 2 single crochets. That's all you got left. Oh, I had a sneezing fit. Chain 1, turn your work. So, this guy can get cut off. Turn your work with your white lead. Round 4 is going to be 1 single crochet. So we're going to pull up a loop, finish that stitch with your color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. Sometimes it's hard to find the stitches. So on your 3rd stitch, finish that with your color A. Color A is 1 single crochet, so you're basically going in, pulling up a loop and finishing it with the color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. So on the 3rd stitch, once again, you're going to finish it with your color B, and you're going to do 3 single color A, you're going to do 3 single crochets. I'm so focused on why am I losing my voice right now. Other than I have a cold. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 5. Excuse my sniffing. 3 single crochets. So on your 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with the color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So your second stitch you're going to finish with your color A. Color A is going to be 3 single crochets. On the third stitch you're going to finish it with color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on the second stitch you're going to finish it with your color A to do your 1 single crochet, making sure you're weaving in that white. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 6. It's going to be 1 single crochet. So you're going to want to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So finish that. Second stitch with your color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets. So you're going to finish your 4th stitch with your color B. Pull down on everything. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. You're going to finish the second stitch with your color A. And color A is going to be 2 single crochets. And I think with all the color changes we just did, I'm going to have to untwist myself. Chain 1. Round 7. Is going to be 2 single crochets. Oops. That's 1. On your second one, you're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets. So it looks like we're doing the exact same pattern. So on your 4th stitch, you're going to finish that with your color B because you're going to do 2 single crochets next with your color B. So on your second stitch, you can go back to your color A to do your 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 8 is 1 single crochet. So I'm going to finish this with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So I'm going to finish that with my color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets. On the 4th stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color B. I'm going to do 2 single crochets with my color B. So on the second stitch, I'm going to finish it with A, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets with my color A. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 9 is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your second stitch, You're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets. On your fourth one, you're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A. And color A will be the 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. That's what you should have so far. Round 10. It's only 16 rows, so which is the same size as the letters that I did too, in case you're wondering. This may change size based on the yarn you use, but they're all 16 rows. And they're all 11 across. 10 is going to be 2 single crochets with your color A. So on the second one, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So you're going to finish that with your color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet. So you're going to finish that with your color B. And then you're going to do 3 single crochets with your color B. You're going to finish that third stitch with your color A. Color A is going to be 3 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 11 is 6 single crochets with your color A. So on your 6th stitch, you're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your 2nd stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A. Then you're going to do 3 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Sorry, that was my laptop making noise. Round 12 is going to be 3 single crochets. So on your 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. So you're going to finish this with your color A. Color A is going to be 5 single crochets to the end. Chain 1, turn your work. I gotta untwist. Alright, round 13. It's going to be 1 single crochet. So I'm going to finish it with my color B. Color B is going to be 5 single crochets. So on your 5th stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 5 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. The next 3 rows are going to be just 11 single crochets with your color A, but I'm going to weave in my white on this first row just like I did with my number 5, because I just want to snip it off at the end. So I'm on my last stitch. I'm going to yarn over, fasten off. Very politely weave. There we go. Let's put my 6 the right way. 5 and 6 all done. You know what I do with all mine? I'm just going to tell you right now. I just wash them. That's all I do. I just wash them. That's how I block them. I just throw them all. I make them all, and then I throw them all in the washing machine and I wash them. And then I just lay them out to dry. All the ones I need, I just lay them out to dry. They dry in their very own shape. That's all I do. But, you know, if you don't want to go... That to me is easy. But I mean, putting them on a towel and just spraying them is good too. You can just soak them with, spraying them with a bottle of water. Next videos will be 7, 8, 9, and 0. And then we'll be done for the numbers. And the whole alphabet's already done. It may or may not. Oh, it's probably up on my channel. All the letters. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me.